Welcome to the Culture Junkie Nation. I am your host, Kenshiro. Today is our landmark 300th episode of Culture Junkies Live. Thank you to the LFC for the resub at a very timely manner. Today is going to be a nice big party. Like today, we're going to, talk about the history of the Culture Junkies, talk about Book of Boba Fett, episode 4, and a bunch of other really cool stuff that is going down in the genre world right now. Introduce who's going to be on the show with me today. To the right of me is the great Dadakuji.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for the 300 show. Can you believe it? 300?
300.
Wow.
And sitting across from me is the dapper one, the GQ.
Ready your breakfast and eat hearty. But tonight, we dine in hell!
And from remote, we got King Amarak. What is up, my friend?
I'm going to do that too.
You going to do what too?
I don't have glasses.
Fallen, you jumped in. I didn't even get to introduce you. Fallen Marvel is on the show as well. I mean, he just jumped the gun. Just was like,
I'm sorry.
Hey, how are you? He's really excited. You might
I
want to
just
get that
heard
whole
remote
premature.
and then went from there. So sorry.
You might want to get that whole premature thing kind of looked at, man. I don't know, man. But I don't know. But yeah, today is, like I said, a celebratory episode. We've been doing this since. Well, actually, we've really kind of been doing this whole thing since 2014. But Culture Junkies Live as a show started in May of 2016. We started out, we were doing 3 days a week. Then we went down to 1 day a week. And because of that, I don't think we did 3 days a week for very long. Because before we were doing like 5 days a week.
Yeah, 5 days a week is crazy.
Yeah, 5 days a week was ridiculous.
That was absolutely crazy.
Yeah. But we did it. But I mean, we did it. It was kind of fun, but it was... Man, it was very tiring. But yeah, we went down to 1 day a week, and we've been doing one day a week ever since. And now here we are, 300 episodes later. So we got GQ actually put together a nice little video that we're gonna show you guys, and then we'll
put together multiple videos.
He put together multiple videos. But we are also going to we're gonna run the gamut as well after this first roll in. So roll number 1 is queued up, right, producer? She doesn't sound confident. All right, you ready? All right, let's go. Nope. She did this.
Take two.
Producer, come on now. All right.
For the first one.
Yep.
Okay.
First one's free.
First one's free.
All right.
Here we go.
We ready? You sure?
Well, okay. Hold on. We got the first one. Here we go. All right.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
For real this time.
Welcome to Game, the show that covers games, arts, movies, and everything else.
We're going to actually commit sacrilege on this episode.
I think it's cool, but see, I got busted around playing somebody else.
Let me see you do that on YouTube.
It goes back with having that hard copy. You want a hard copy of that original that nobody else had.
With gas rising and comic books rising, $4 for comics or $4 for gas.
Go in there, you might get cut. You might get blasted. Han shoots first.
Who's going to say no to Disney and that, Brinks truck full of money?
DC has this maddening tie to Batman.
Batman, Superman have thousands of stores.
Okay, it's true. Because they have more games. I'm a gamer first.
You guys just picked up one recently, the new Soundwave they came out with. Those are $120 a pop. At Comic-Cons, they're going for $200 or $300.
Because I can't beat Mike Tyson, but I didn't think that was hard.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys. We're out of time. Game over.
Man, remember that? Remember that back in the day, like in the TV studio? The kind of like the 4-3 perspective. That's the first thing. The 4-3 perspective.
4-3 perspective was
yeah, the 4-3
hard to work with,
perspective.
but that's what it was back then. So.
Yeah, but all of us hanging out in the studio, just chopping up about geek shit, and like, how many shows did we used to put in the can?
First taping was like 15, which is
15
shows. It was
Was
there
it
were
15
15
shows?
minutes each.
No. We recorded 15 on the first day. We were ridiculously ambitious thinking because they were short episodes. So we were like, yeah, we can just knock out 15. It was like, not thinking about, okay, you got to change clothes. Or shirts, at least.
Like, the wardrobe changes. Day. Yes, I remember that.
Those were long days.
Yes, it was.
To King, that was a long time ago. That's
King, that was super long time ago. What do you remember about them days the most? Like first thing that stands out to me is this man. This man actually did not have gray hair. His hair was mostly black.
Oh yeah,
it was mostly black.
Gosh,
yeah,
no gray hair.
No gray hair.
It was not a dye job, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, no, that was for real.
Those were years.
It felt like my hair was curlier back then. Like it just went straight.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like, now, what the heck is going on? What the heck?
Absolutely.
Man?
Not only that, man. Like all of us, like none of us had gray back then. None of us. Like all of us, obviously life caught up with us and did its
sure.
thing. But
sure, it's almost 10 years later.
Some good times.
Think about it. It's almost 10 years. 10 years.
But hey. Life catches up with you.
It
So
does.
to Wolverine Solid X King to Keem, Sabrina Perry checking in.
Oh, congratulations to her. She got her photos published in a I forget, Sabrina. What's the name of the magazine? I think it's like it's some
Brick
Lego
something.
aficionado
Yeah.
magazine.
Oh,
she got her
that's
pictures
cool.
published.
Awesome. I'm going to have to
Yeah,
nice.
pick up a copy then. Definitely have to pick
Awesome.
up a copy.
Yeah.
Also, what's up to the other Steve and
HW
Nova checking in.
What's going
Appreciate
on?
everybody.
Hello.
Everybody coming through.
Thank you very much.
Hey.
Hey guys, finally woke up early enough here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
I mean, he is on the other side of the world. So,
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
because,
Nothing wrong with that.
but we're glad that you could check us out for
Absolutely.
our 300th episode.
Absolutely.
From Japan.
So,
send some
what you got
Pocky.
for the gambit, man?
Send some Pocky. All right, so let's run the gamut. Lot of stuff to talk about.
Whoa.
I mean, just today.
Do you want to save the biggest news first or that one last?
No, we might as well get the big one out of the way. Like Microsoft just backing up the Brinks truck and just like, Activision, you having problems? Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and buy you. This is a big get for them.
It's huge. I find that funny is because they could have done something like that a long time ago. Like any huge studio, they could have just outright bought them out and been competition. Like Sega, for example.
No.
They could have bought Sega when Sammy and Sega, before they merged and all that other stuff, they could have just bought Sega and been done with having like a huge studio that had quality games.
Right.
But they didn't do that, and now I don't know what the future's
thing
gonna
is, though, would
bring.
you have really wanted them to buy Sega?
Would I have wanted to?
Yes.
Would it have made a difference? It doesn't really make a difference. I don't think it would.
I disagree because Sega was already in a weird space because, again, we know Sega USA messed up a lot of stuff, 2X, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Saturn Choice and all that. But when Microsoft brought Rare, their quality went down. Granted, they had a lot more resources behind them, but a lot of those team members jumped ship and their quality went down. So Sega, we remember Sega obviously for Sonic and a lot of their heavy hitters. Would having all that cash suddenly coming in, but maybe not the same mentality as far as like running, production and everything, would that have helped? It would have been another problem like Rare.
It's kind of hard to say because from what my understanding that I've seen about the Xbox, they wanted the Xbox to be backwards compatible with the Dreamcast. And the only reason it's not is because Microsoft didn't want it to have online capabilities. And Sega was like, no, you should keep the online capabilities, and then that killed it. But if you look at the original Xbox, there's a lot of freaking exclusive Sega games that didn't come out on any other system, and we still haven't got any sequels for a lot of them. So maybe, I don't know, but Microsoft at the moment, it doesn't matter to me that they're going to own these studios because they're not like Sony, they're not like Nintendo where like this is ours, it's only going to be on our stuff because they really do a lot of stuff with PCs. And if the PC wasn't in, an option or whatever for most people, then I guess it would be huge. I mean, it's huge news, but are they going to keep Call of Duty off of PlayStation? They're going to keep Diablo off of PlayStation? They're going to keep...
Probably not.
I don't think so.
Probably not, because again, Microsoft is very similar to Disney in the fact that they're like, look, we make money. That's what we do. So for them, they're like, look, we're going to get more money out of... Now, granted, we're probably going to see a lot more timed exclusives from those studios. But them holding back Call of Duty from the other side of this enormous industry of this, because again, PlayStation has a huge install base, regardless of whether you like one or the other. Sony still has got a major foothold in the market, and then suddenly cutting off half of that market from what your game could sell. That's not a good idea.
Yeah, that's kind of why I always thought about how video games should have been more like movies, where you buy each individual system, but it works on all of them, like how a PC does, because like it's really about the game sales. But a long time ago, it wasn't like that. Now it doesn't seem like it really matters to me. And on a note, this is kind of like a little bit off topic, but I wanted to bring it up. I just found out that the Nintendo Switch has sold over 100 it sold more than the Wii right now. The Switch has sold more than the Wii.
Wow.
And there's
I
only
believe
54
100 million back in the day.
I can see that. Yeah, I can believe that.
That's crazy.
54 million to go, and it'll beat PlayStation 2.
Wow.
Right.
It's only 54 million.
Wow.
The Switch could probably beat the PlayStation 2
So-
as all-time seller by the end of this year.
So we're gonna try and move this along. Not to belabor the points that we're making, because this is a big topic. We could talk about this for forever. Sony lost $20 billion in market share immediately after this deal was announced.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So there was that. Did you guys check out that Moon Knight trailer? It looked pretty awesome.
I don't know anything about Moon Knight,
did.
but I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, no, we're not going to talk about it now. I'm sure everybody liked it. I really enjoyed it. It looks pretty crazy. Sad news to share. One of the actors who's going to be rumored to be playing Midnight Man, Gaspard Ulliel, a French actor, died today on the slopes trying to do some skiing. So that was a tragic accident. The Cuphead show trailer just got released.
It looks enjoyable, but it's just like, okay, though I love the style of Cuphead because it was based off like those Max Fletcher things back in the day. I used to watch a ton of those things.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's cool. The cartoon, though it looks cool, just seems forced. Like I don't.
Okay.
It's hard to kind of pull that era in because we're not in that era. So it just looks kind of forced to me, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be good.
I mean, the game, it worked for the game because it was, like I said, it was a major nostalgia trip and also just a marvel of just like, dang, they got this to actually work as a game. This is amazing. But yeah, trying to get a show out of it, we'll see.
Right. The Iguana Man says that Shenmue trailer. So the Shenmue anime, that must be what he's talking about.
I didn't see that.
I haven't seen that
Yes,
yet.
I just saw it.
Really?
I need to check that out. From earlier in the chat, I just wanted to bring this up. Wolverine Solid X is loving GQ's super huge martini glass.
Oh, it's a big event.
Yeah.
Big event. Requires
super
a big
huge
glass.
martini glass. And King Takeem says, "Don't nobody care about Microsoft. Like, don't really."
I think he doesn't care about Microsoft.
I'm about to say,
a lot of people
shareholders care about Microsoft.
Right?
Sure
yeah,
do.
they absolutely
dog.
do, man. I would love to be a Microsoft
man.
Right, I know, right? All right, so roll in number 2. Like, we showed you the beginning. Now we're going to show you.
Now you're going to see what actually went down once we started upgrading.
Yeah, then we went through the upgrades.
The movies were hit and miss. The blockbusters were lackluster.
The reason I'm more excited for DC is because
I am Megashaw.
Why we get a sequel? Exactly. And this one looks even more ridiculous than the first one.
She was pretty good in that one, but she just doesn't have that footwork, man.
The only footwork I know is Kobe and Elijah Wan.
I'm telling you, it's not that I'm a Batman hater. I don't hate Batman. I just think they rely on him too much.
Like I said, there was one movie that she did. I'm gonna just say it out there, Cutthroat Island.
Cutthroat Island and Catwoman. I don't know how much longer we've got to go, but for at least half of that time, you can't speak.
Scarlett Johansson, and there was another one that you named. I don't know. What, y'all not really into like the older ones?
Do we need an intervention?
I'm interested to see how they take Mad Max. The old Mad Max with the racist Mel Gibson.
I was gonna say that too.
Yeah, racist Mel Gibson.
You want to sit here and tell me how hot Stifler's mom is and totally just say,
we just said I like older women. That's it. How many times have you pulled a race card?
It's working. You're right. You're right. You got me. You got me there. Before we jump into the topic, let's introduce our great panel.
God, what is going on here?
As Arnold has said, I'm back.
I always have a great year. I am the Fandarin.
Okay.
Hashtag Fear the Fandarin. Every rewarded winner is going to get a copy of Eddie Murphy.
Wow.
Yes. Gone Girl. Who saw it?
I didn't see it. However,
your opinion doesn't matter. Did you see this movie?
Yes, of course I saw it. On Movie with Megashaw.
See what you get? Scroll for the Fandarin.
Oh, wow. This is the highlight of my career, huh?
Man, let me tell you, we used to have a whole lot of fun doing that stuff, and we filmed that in Megashawn's basement.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And that stuff was just, it was just hilarious. Long shooting days.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a lot of fun.
It's all recorded, and it wasn't live.
Yeah. It was not live. This was all, just to let y'all know, this was the show that we did back in the day called Game. Basically the precursor or the forefather of the Culture Junkies Live. But they were all pre-taped shows. The worst day out of that set of shows was that snowstorm, man. Remember
Oh,
that ridiculous
yeah.
That
snowstorm?
was the Super Bowl, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Super Bowl.
It was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, and it was the infamous Seattle decided to throw the ball instead of giving it to Marshall Falk. Marshawn Lynch.
That was a crazy.
Because we were watching that.
taping
We were
day.
at freaking Burger King.
Yeah.
On the way home.
We found the most technically advanced Burger King ever. They had laptops in round. I'm like what? Like, well, hold on. Where has this been? It was crazy. I mean, it was like Burger King, like you know, but like on Starbucks level with like. I was just like, this is ridiculous.
But no,
man.
we had a lot of fun taping those episodes. You know, our good friends Big Pimp and Jay, Mike Bison, Megashawn was there. You saw
Simon Says.
Simon Says. You saw Waffles. You know, obviously a lot of them don't really, you know, aren't on the panel much anymore, but you'll probably see something from them a little bit later because, you know, we still do hang out. We're all friends. We all live with each other like family. So you'll be seeing them a little bit later. Now, let's talk about Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Book of Boba Fett episode 4.
Both of y'all remotes, did y'all at least watch it?
Please tell me.
No.
I knew it.
Look,
you know what? This is why.
Started sketching around. This episode was slow and weird. I know. I mean,
it's better than last.
I got a couple of questions.
You sure you didn't watch episode 3?
Right.
Why am I so loud? Hold on.
I don't know.
That's you.
Take some bass out that voice, man.
Right,
I don't know what you think you is. But no, what's like? Okay, so episode 4. Briefly for everybody that watched it, this episode was really good. Boba fully healed from the Bacta tank. I loved his perspective of when he met Fennec in the desert. You saw clearly from the audio cues this was in that episode when Jin Djarin shot her in the stomach.
I was not expecting the technology though. I thought it was just gonna be like, he threw her in the back of the tank and her gut shot. It was like, nope. We ripped it out, put mechanics in. I'm like,
But didn't they show that? Because I could have sworn they showed that in the episode of the Mandalorian.
They did, episode 2.
They did.
And
I'm sorry, season 2. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Okay, I glossed over that.
No, they totally did.
Okay, yeah, because I was like, oh,
The Fennec also just feels like an action figure on this show.
Dude, Ming-Na Wen is so freaking awesome.
Yeah,
man.
she's like
age.
She's about to be 60.
Like she's still gorgeous as she was when she was playing Chun-Li like 30 years ago.
No, next year she's gonna be 60 next year.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Wait a minute. So Daniel LaRusso's older than her too?
Yeah.
Apparently.
What the hell,
man? Vampires. He's been drinking
that dude
blood.
has a baby face.
Yeah, drinking that blood. Anyway, so
no, what if he actually took what was made up from that movie and adapted that into his life and looks like that because of it? Think about that shit.
Miyagi-Do.
It's like Mr. Miyagi says.
He lives that shit.
Mr. Miyagi says.
And now he looks 12.
Hold up, because we need to highlight this message. Put the camera up on me. Sir Hungwell says, for you not watching this episode, purge the heathens. And I totally agree with that.
Wow.
Purge the heathens.
Yeah, we got to keep them around.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, no, you guys are really great. So, all right, Amarat, you said you had a question.
Real quick, Marcus, before your question, Marcus 864 said his friend actually played in that Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's pretty
Which
awesome.
side did he win or lose?
Right, let's get
That's
the
really
answer on
important.
That
That is
awesome.
super important. Was he playing for the Pats or was he playing for the Seahawks that year?
Yeah.
Like, that's...
Hey, first time chatter viewer J-Rock,
527.
Good J-Rock. How you doing?
Welcome to our
Let me
300th
find
episode.
Let me find you something awesome.
Yes, he deserves.
Oh, he played for the Seahawks.
Yeah, how about this? That's cool. Hey, still, he's getting that money.
Why is everything so small yet so expensive?
He had to be heated. All right, back to Boba Fett. So Boba Fett episode 4, he rescues Fennec, kind of builds a bond with her after rescuing her, storms Jabba's palace with her to get Slave 1 back. I don't know what the hell they call it.
Fire spray. And apparently,
Fire spray.
We're calling it Slave 1, but apparently, like the original name supposedly for Jango was the fire spray. So they're just kind of bringing that back. And I know everybody hates it because you can't change anything. Oh, thanks for
thank you for the follow, Kenny from South Park.
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the
Appreciate it.
follow.
Hey.
But see, here's the thing. I'd accept fire spray if they were just like, look, it's a fire spray class vessel.
Right.
That would be
Right.
fine.
Yeah.
But to go, because again, we all grew up with it being called Slave One.
Yeah.
We know this.
Yeah.
We know this. Like you said, Django's was maybe supposed to have been called or whatever, but sorry, Boba came before Django as far as continuity goes. Not continuity, but I'm sorry, as far as lore and history goes.
Yeah.
So it's Slave One to me still, regardless of whatever. It's just a fire spray class vessel.
So, but Amarak says, he thought this episode was slow and weird. Can you care to explain?
Well, like I said, I started watching it and I was just like, I wasn't lost until after he healed the gut wound, and I was just like, okay, I've always been lost in this part in the canon. The timeline has always confused me.
I can understand that because, dude, I was like, how long was he in that Sarlacc pit? Because he actually said
years.
Yeah, he said years. Was he in that Sarlacc pit for years, or was he with the?
I think he was
with
the Tuscans for years, and then he came back to it.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Because here's the thing. Here's why I feel that. The wreckage of Jabba's barge looked older.
Yeah.
Because remember, when it blew up, it was, it blew up, but it was still fairly intact, before the Jawas got there and started doing their thing. So he went back years later, and it was just more or less like the framework was all that was left, which makes sense. The sun, hit, not the sun, excuse me, the sand constantly.
J-Rock527 says, what's up, GQ? I'm feeling that shirt. By the way, this is Juwan.
Hey! Oh, I know. Oh, Juwan came to one of our fight nights.
Oh, bet.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
Bet.
Keep
Kenny
coming
from South
back.
Park. Wasn't there also a trooper in the pit? I don't remember. Yes, the
Yeah,
Empire
there
was
was.
there.
But he could have been there when they were combing the desert for droids.
For the droids.
That
That's
could
true.
have been when he fell in.
Imagine that,
That's
though.
true.
Like, first off, unless the Sarlacc grabs me, I'm not falling into that.
Hell no.
Unless you're not paying attention, because you could be walking up a hill and somebody say, "Hey, Chris, what you doing?" You turn. And it's like,
That would suck.
That would totally would suck.
But oh my goodness, but
That totally
it
would
was
suck.
It was crazy.
Kenny from South Park, you get a sound effect too.
Oh, whoa, can you? Thanks for the first time chat, Kitty.
First time chat, he gets
Thank you for tuning in.
Well, I think you're pronouncing it wrong. This says meat drapes.
But honestly, the other thing about Boba Fett in this episode is just that I'm struck by how noble he is. Like for a guy that used
noble
to be
to a fault, though.
Like he is noble to a fault. Like noble and just really honorable.
Too much.
I think
You
it
think
has.
so? You think it's too much?
He could have had it on there at all. Because remember, he's a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
They didn't say he's just a stone cold killer. That means he does what he does when somebody pays him to do what he does.
Right.
Nobody says you can't have rules to follow.
That's true.
So
That's true. And I like how he's laying out his whole philosophy for why he wants to start this crime family. Number one, I'm tired of working for idiots that are going to get me killed.
Yeah.
And again, I can agree with all of that. My problem, and again, and Dido and I have talked about this even a little bit before the show. I think Boba Fett is just legendary based on reputation.
Sure.
I don't think he was one of them dudes that was out there just getting it done. And again, we're finally getting to see more of him. But the movies was just like, because when you saw Empire, Vader was like, look, run down the Millennium Falcon, do this and that. And he went specifically up to Boba Fett, was like, no disintegrations. Because it's like, okay, so you think this
obviously
dude is
he's known for this shit. Right.
for just being like, but it's just like, okay, cool. And then gets knocked into the Sarlacc pit. And
He pretty much is.
He was just useless.
Pretty much like RoboCop, dead or alive. You're coming to me. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
How you gonna get bounty on nothing? Come back with a freaking.
Well, maybe he's got,
come back with a
he
finger.
must have proof that they're dead or something like that. He must have something. Brian Cannon's asking, when does Obi-Wan come out? That comes out this year.
That's a good question.
That comes out this year.
This
We don't know
year?
when. Yeah, it comes out this year. We just don't know when.
Okay, well, that'll be good to look forward to.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan TV series. Look at it real quick.
Well,
I think
here's the
It
thing,
says
y'all.
first episode just says 2022. So yeah.
So
We're going to move on because we got to get to the point when Culture Junkies Live actually first started.
Yes.
So the
Oh,
third
my God, I
the
can't wait.
third roll-in handles some of that. So what we're going to do is we're gonna if y'all want to talk about Boba Fett, bring it up in the Power Is Yours segment.
do.
But we're gonna move over to the third roll-in.
I'm somewhat afraid to watch this because I did watch an old episode and man, it was bad. All right, hit it, producer, if you're ready.
If you're ready, when you are ready.
I'm ready,
I
I'm not sold on Apocalypse yet. There's
A lot of people think
something about it
where they're planning to break out. They're planning to break into a Russian gulag.
None of us are going to say we're not going to go see it because none of them is going to be as bad as fan forced it.
Welcome to the show. We're going to do things a little bit differently. Today is episode 1.
When you become a fanboy of something, is that if your competition puts out a superior product, you'll do anything and everything in your power to not acknowledge it.
How does this help me with the search of my crib?
We're back with Culture Junkies Live.
I was looking forward to it until they said Channing was going to be Gambit.
Better get rid of your garments. I am the realest villain in the village. Just pillages just for the win like a arm.
This very special guest, Mr. Gamer Gad himself, who you hear bumping that beat. What's up, brother?
With fighting games in general, there's gonna be a certain level of like button mashing going on.
Absolutely. Today is the 100th episode of Culture Junkies Live.
All these games we've been talking about, it's like, you're not coming soon. I mean, if you are, just turn on that washing machine you're sitting on. I don't know.
Wait, what? The chips are down and everybody's getting to that point. He's going to don the original suit, and for the first and only time, he's going to actually say Avengers Assemble. And it's going to be
that would be dope, man.
It's going to be
that would be dope.
It's going to be that situation where it's like, you have, after 10 years, earned this.
The League of Extraordinary Fangirls. And it's great that now we have our own shows. Are any of you avid collectors of memorabilia?
I have a habit of leaving change all over my house. So I got this little cute thing.
A few figurines from some Tales games, and my friend gave me like some Final Fantasy figurines, but that's about it.
My husband, he slammed through all those books within, I think, 2 weeks. And I was just like, how? He says, anime makes his eyeballs go fast or something like that.
He's half Muggle. His mom was a witch who was in love with this dude.
See, I've seen both of the movies, but I haven't finished it. I put it down. And the other one that I'm reading right now is called Evo Uprising.
Do me a favor. Would you share the link to the event in the chat?
I don't know if that's gonna work. I did something that's very long, but if you
Oh
click
my
on
God, man! Really? Come
it
on.
brings it up.
Okay, so if there's 3 or 4 different doors, it's a roll of the dice. It's not so much that you survived, such a horrific experience. It's just a roll of the dice at the end.
Culture Junkies Live, episode 200, which is an absolutely momentous occasion for us.
This copy I got from Jay, Big Pimpin' Jay. We switch books. That's what it was.
Obviously, we know that the coronavirus has kind of been running rampant over the globe. Why are you wearing that mask? We're not infected here.
I don't care.
Wait a minute, man. Now you're in a Kylo Ren mask?
I'm upgraded.
You said an Iron Man mask now.
Oh my God.
Wow.
You know what? GQ, man, come on, bro.
We wanted to get at least one person behind the camera, like a writer, a director, a creator, and then one person in front of the camera, like an actor or a host or something, for each show to make it feel authentic. So it was a big task.
That was one I actually planned. I knew I was going to New York for my cousin's graduation. I was like, I gotta bring Spider-Man.
My mother literally said the same thing on Facebook. She said, all I see is sugar.
Yo. The milk was spoiled. I could tell.
Whose fault was that?
My mom's, because I couldn't read no labels.
Well, really? You can pour a bowl of cereal, you should be able to read.
You can floof it up and say it's freeform theater, but it is improv theater. It is a sport. It's everything together.
If you hear someone say 10 in the bag, that's your 10 lives, but you get 2 free lives that you absolutely will recover from those deaths.
I'm Rock, tell the truth. You just waiting for them to bring back VH1 behind the music.
Yo, man, I ain't gonna front, man. Like, okay, a lot of milestones there. Episode 100 was a nice little milestone, but some of the faces, familiar faces, and for some of you guys that are watching now, not so some unfamiliar faces. Krusty was there. Yang Yin, who is right behind GQ. We haven't seen her in a while. She's over in Korea. She's getting ready to come back. You saw Big Kahuna. You saw Eric Joseph. Well, actually, you saw half of Eric Joseph's face. Yeah, pretty much. Dude stayed always being in the dark and always never having his camera right.
That man did not believe in lamps.
No, he did not
at all.
Yeah,
Eric's a good dude.
Yeah, no, Eric's a great dude.
Unfortunately, couldn't find anything with Josh. Because Josh used to be on the show as well too. But,
yeah.
Josh and Eric were like real good fans of the show. We hope to get them back on again.
Obviously, saw GamerGad. We haven't spoken to him in years, but you know,
I think that was our first guest.
He's married now.
Oh, he's married now?
Yeah, I think he's married.
Okay, and I think he was our first guest.
Yeah, I think he was our first official guest.
We were stingy back then. You saw it was like episode, I think 68 or something like that. It was the first time we brought a guest on.
Right.
So we were stingy.
We had a lot of really good times, you know, doing those things. But man, those graphics were rough. Look, man, I did the best that I could. It was a one-man band. It was a one-man show basically back then. I was, you know, running the stream. I was putting the graphics together. Man, it was hard. It was hard ass work. I ain't gonna lie. But it was a lot of fun. I wouldn't do it with anybody else, especially all you out there in the Culture Junkie Nation. So you guys are pretty much the reason why we do this. Like, we have so much fun. We have so much fun doing this show.
Appreciate all the congratulations from everybody.
Yeah, everybody's
we got
us
Woody,
congratulations. We appreciate it. Woody, thank you for
all
being
of y'all
there.
for real.
It was awesome meeting Woody in Florida last year. That was pretty awesome. Wolverine Solid X, obviously, we coming in studio. As Amarak says, best intro goes to that man.
Yep. Heck yeah.
And honestly, Culture Junkies Live is when we kind of first hooked up with Amarak and Fallen Marvel anyway. So that was kind of when that was kind of
let's hear from y'all. Like what was the first just getting into it? Like what drew you
what was your impressions of us when y'all first came on board?
For me personally, it was I can't remember specifically what the first episode was that I watched with you guys, but I just remember watching it and was like, you know what? Like, I kind of feel at home with these guys talking about this stuff. And that was still like when I was still like, you know, really trying to go steam head with like being a content creator and all that stuff, you know, before life caught up and whatnot. And then y'all had that one episode when y'all did call-ins and y'all had me call in to kind of give my take on why I thought Batman and Robin was entertaining as a comedy. So so that was like my first like really kind of like on the stream like interaction with you guys, and things kind of just fell into place from there. And you know, been rocking with you guys ever since, and it's been a blast, dude. Like, it's kind of hard to believe it's been, 3-4 years now?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I know, right?
So, yeah.
Wild.
Time flies, man. Time flies.
King to King, look at this guy. Kishiro had Culture Junkies running in the basement with a bunch of scraps. He's not wrong, though. He's not wrong.
He is not wrong.
He is not wrong at all. JRock527, I'm hoping soon to hang back out with you guys for another tournament or just hanging out. I was amped after gaming and anime talks. Hey, no, that's what we're all
absolutely,
about.
man.
We definitely want to do that stuff again.
Because even Wolverine Solid X said he wanted to do another tournament. So I think that's coming up pretty soon. Anyway.
Yeah.
But here's what we're probably going to end up doing. We're going to try to do more fight nights, obviously with the rise in numbers. You know, we take the same precautions and measures that we always take, mask up and all that. But yeah, no, we're definitely going to do more events and that sort of thing this year. It's just last year just was really rough, and obviously 2020 was even harder.
Right.
Because that's when we really wanted to get things going. But you know, we think we got to figure it out. So we're gonna, you know.
And episode 200 was our first show here in the studio.
Oh yeah.
And to think about it, how ridiculous that is. We've been in this studio for 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years
crazy,
now.
Man.
We've been in this show because one show a week at 200. Now we're at 300. 2 years.
Yep.
And we built it since then. Like, man, right? Think about it, right? 2 years we've been in this studio.
Or is it 3 years? Because 2020, we didn't just start in 2020 here, did we?
Here?
Yeah.
We started like near the end of 2019, basically.
Yeah.
Kind of getting it all together.
Yeah, like it was like December. I think it was like December when we first kind of did it here. Yeah, no. And Sabrina's been in the studio. You guys saw her and saw her picture. It is a dope studio. Yeah, honestly, it's we put a lot into this thing, but you know, we just have a lot of fun doing it.
Absolutely.
You talked about doing more fight nights and stuff like that. Preview for next week. Obviously, next week is the end of the month. That is going to be our Power to the People Power is Your show. It's going to be all about the Culture Junkie Nation. You guys talk about whatever you want to talk about. And on that show, and I believe my compatriots will be okay with this right here, we're going to map out how we're going to keep giving back to you guys. We're going to be instituting the channel points. We're going to do emotes. I want to launch them next week if we possibly can. I'm going to buy a pack of emotes and put them in the chat for followers and for subs. Finally get them to you guys. And then we'll talk about how we're going to do giveaways from now on, as far as like giving more chances for you guys to be able to enter, buy more tickets, buy more chances, and not just necessarily leaving it random. And also we'll put in some trivia stuff in the chat with the bot and all this other kind of stuff.
Absolutely. So, also, for anybody that's in the chat that did win a prize, all prizes have been sent out. So just to let you know, because again, with the end of the year and the holidays and all that other sort of stuff, that already knew the mail was going to be running slower than it already is.
Mm-hmm.
So all those have gone out. So anybody that's waiting on a prize, it is on its way.
So Cassidius said a couple of things. He said, when I caught you guys on Facebook 3 years ago, I knew I was going to follow the show, which is great.
I'm so glad.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm so like Cassidius. This man doesn't stay in one place, very often.
He says, "Hi, I'm from the middle of the ocean."
right.
Like, hey.
But no matter where he is, he always tunes in, and I appreciate that.
Oh no, definitely appreciate it.
That is pretty awesome.
Other Steve got a pile of loot. Yeah.
The other Steve has been just racking it up.
Yeah, that's right. I think his is supposed to show up, by Tuesday.
Hey, Sabrina, just subscribe.
Thanks
subscribe
for the
Prime.
sub.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Appreciate the subscription. Hold on, let me find her something.
All right,
really.
The entire Keem says the entire episode is going to be on how we scratted we are, that Amazon is going to butcher LOTR. Tomorrow. Oh, okay. What's up, Imora? What is up?
Imora, what's up?
Imora, what is up?
All right, I got one for her sub. Here we go.
Okay.
Rule number 2. Fast learn rule number 1.
Yeah, there you go.
Got some Mr. Miyagi for
Yeah, right.
That man is awesome.
All these chats that I'm seeing from all these people, this is awesome. HW Nova says, I'm just happy to see my boys from way back doing really well. You know what? Honestly, HW Nova has said that for the next video, you should have put together us going to random people's houses and just doing fighting games like or going to his house and watching WrestleMania.
Gosh, if we only recorded that stuff back in the day, if we had these cell phones like that, they would.
Yeah, that was the thing. A lot of us grew up in the time when cell phones were nowhere near what they are now, and even still owning a video camera was an expensive thing back then.
Yeah.
Iguana Man says, caught y'all through Mike Riley on Facebook feed. I told y'all when I met y'all. Reminds me of my friends in high school just talking anime and games. See, that's what Culture Junkies Live is supposed to be about.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
That's exactly why we started to do this. Like, we wanted to provide a talk show for geeks like you that you can just come in, you talk to a bunch of your friends, and we're just all hanging out together. Like, we're not talking to you, we're talking with you.
Absolutely.
You know, that's what this show is all about. And that's why we call it your show.
We definitely got to try to get Mike Riley and Iguana Man on.
We've been trying to chase that man for years.
Well, that man's busy. I mean, he got family and everything.
Yeah, I know.
But before we turn it over to the people, we got one more quick video, and this one is just kind of a kind of retrospective on just the Culture Junkies in general.
All right, producer, let's go.
Thanks. Fourth one.
We are here looking for the next place to do the podcast. Everybody needs to watch us on the TV, but it's not the TV. It's going to be on YouTube. That's what you know. And everybody share it. Make us freaking grow.
Share
YouTube. Culture Junkies.
I was nervous. I never got on the camera and did anything like that before. So, but like once you do it, like at least 2 or 3 times, you get used to it. But yeah, those are fun times.
Seeing where the world was going under the pretense and the belief that we were going to be who got it there, You know, we were so ahead, in my opinion, of everybody. You know, where the world is now, we were there. It was a glorious time with friends, with people that I love, with brothers. You know, it really couldn't have gotten any better.
Been great. The name change has helped out in the long run because I was Philip and then I got upgraded to 2.0 and then somehow I got assimilated and became Super Nerd Plus. Gosh, it was so many. We did back-to-back episodes. I think when we first started talking about, was it Batman vs. Superman? Was that around that time, I believe? That was a fun day because we was going back and forth and saying how such a bad idea was going to be beforehand, and still was a bad idea. And I think eventually Justice League was supposed to be talked about later on down the road, but I think that initial was fun. It was a lot of roaring and laughter and yelling going that day.
Getting set up was fun. Getting everybody together and we all coming together for one goal to get this thing up and running. That was the fun part for me, the behind the scenes stuff. You know, everything else just fell into place after that. So.
What's up, Junkie Nation? It has just been amazing bringing what was initially an idea of just a couple of friends sitting around a table talking about geeky stuff and anime and movies and gaming and taking those conversations we had and bringing it to the masses.
It was also something slightly different for me. So me being comfortable with the camera, it helped with that. And then being able to think on the fly, I would say it was something I always thought I was good at. But obviously when it comes to hosting a show, you never know what someone's going to say. So as far as, you know, controlling and moderating, you know, the guest or the panel of the show and keeping the show moving and also, you know, getting in your 2 cents as well, it definitely was a humbling experience.
Not only were we not the only ones who thought this, but we can engage with you guys at home and just realize that there's a whole army, a whole nation, if you would, of people like us who just wanted to talk about games and movies and all the stuff that just makes life fun. So even though we started with our very small beginnings in an itty bitty little room, as we called GQ's basement, because let's face it, he had the flyest spot in town, to be able to grow into what things are today has just been amazing and fun to watch.
It was a great time. He was, you know, see, if I am Batman, then the Fandarin is the Joker. A formidable opponent. Just seemed to appear out of thin air. And he was great. I believe one time the man told me to this day that I should check for the bomb underneath my seat. And so just randomly every now and then I think about that actual conversation just because I wasn't prepared.
Oh man, so we're coming up on 300 episodes. That is a long time. Most seasons don't even last that long, but we lasted a long time. It feels great. Even though, you know, you may see me in the background sometimes, but I'm still a part of it. I'm happy to be a part of it. And 300 episodes, that's crazy. Not people can say that, can they? It's 300 episodes.
It's been a few episodes in. Things are having fun. Things are growing. And things are going to continue to grow for the next decade, century, millennia even. And it's going to be awesome. Thanks, guys.
But congratulations to you all. 300 episodes. That's, well, shit. What is it? Cowboy Bebop didn't even make it past the first season. So here we are at 300 episodes. So definitely a milestone. And congratulations to you all.
Let's keep the show rolling. Let's get 400 episodes. That's what I want to see. 400 episodes.
Here's to another 300 and another 10 plus years or however long we can get this going. So,
Culture Junkie,
Shout
thank
out to
you.
Culture Junkie. Woo, woo, woo. Culture Junkies, Ray. Thank you. Thank you, Culture Junkies. Appreciate you guys.
Eddie's the person who rated us?
Culture Junkies
Okay.
rated us. Thank you,
Culture
Culture
Junkies.
Junkies. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Culture Junkies.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
The power is yours.
Oh man, it was so nice seeing all those faces, man. I'm not gonna lie, it was so nice seeing all those faces. It was. I ain't seen Jay in a while.
It's been a minute.
It's been a while. So I seen Jay and Megatron with the Wild Man of Borneo look.
Straight Wild Man of Borneo.
I mean, dog, man, when he came down the stairs with that look, and we was just like, hey, man, go get in the barber's chair. Like, what the hell, dude?
Right. Hey, Takeem said, let's just highlight that one.
I'm going to be honest for one comment. Since first hanging with y'all, I've taken in a foster child, lost a brother to violence, several family members to illness, lost a nephew to suicide, COVID, my joy. Sorry to be a downer, but honestly, thank you all. Kenshiro, GQ, Dido, Amarak, Fallen Marvel, Miao Yin. Thank you, man.
Dobo Girl as well.
The
Appreciate
Dobo
you, man.
Girl.
No, that's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah,
That's-
man. We
appreciate
you being there, being one of our most loyal followers.
crying, you're crying.
Right, I'm not crying. I'm not crying, but man, like he's been down with us for so many years on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, wherever. Tony's always been there.
Oh yeah.
And I appreciate that guy. Like, I'm glad we could be there for him when he needed us an escape, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
From shit
Absolutely.
going on in his life.
I agree, Kenny. I enjoyed the live action Cowboy Bebop too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, you know what? Honestly, it got a really bad rap. It got a bad rap. It got a bad rap.
It fell prey to the fact that a lot of fandoms are toxic.
Yes.
And it's like, look, you complain about it before you see it. That means that you already formed your opinion.
Yeah.
At least sit down and watch a couple episodes, because I never even count the first episode of anything I watch.
Yep.
Because it's like you got to get your legs under you for the show, and then now if you 5-6 episodes in and you still ain't good, okay, then you can probably say that you write that show off in a lot of instances.
Right.
But it's like people
still-
wrote it off before they even saw it. Go ahead,
That's
Paul.
true, but I still place some of the blame on Netflix for the most part, because it's like my thing was this is like for everything that I liked about the show, there were things that kind of stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah,
as
it's
far
true.
as,
It
like,
was.
So it's like one of those things where it's just like at the very least you got everything else right, but like you couldn't get like the action right. Like the action is literally like the worst thing about it. So it's like,
Okay, the action wasn't great. I'll grant you.
I mean,
I'll
I
grant
can
you
agree
that.
with that. That the
I'll grant you
action
that.
was. It was
Action
like
wasn't
the
that
Matrix Resurrections.
But I think
no, well, Matrix was a little bit better. Now,
Can
come
we
on,
leave
now.
Space Dandy out of this,
No.
please?
Wow. No, but
He's Space Dandy. What?
I love Space Dandy.
Right.
They don't need to
thing,
make
though.
a live action.
Go ahead,
of
GQ.
it.
No,
Go
here's
ahead.
the thing here's the thing with the action though. It's if this was 10 years ago, I would have accepted what they did. But now we're in a point where it's like, look, man, even on a TV budget, we've seen some crazy action sequences and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
it's like if you guys aren't on that level, especially with Netflix behind you, if you're not on that level of just action and just stuff, then it's not as acceptable as it used to be. Because
yeah,
you know,
it's kind of like what someone said. I saw somebody said before about it. They said that it looks like they just basically recorded everything at rehearsal speed and left it.
wow, that's great.
Wow.
But honestly, and Guy Gardner in the chat said, Guy Jordan, excuse me, in the chat said same thing happened to Jupiter's Legacy is what he meant. Jupiter's Legacy was just poorly done. Like the only good things about Jupiter's Legacy was the flashback scenes.
Yeah.
The present day stuff was just terrible.
Wow.
It was just terrible.
I don't know if
Said in
it
the
would- I would say
past was the
terrible,
best thing
but-
about the show.
Was that?
No, I agree. It was like everything that was set in the past, like
Yeah,
how they got
that was
how they
good.
got their powers and like that
Everything in the
part was
present-
great. Everything else was just like why do
Yeah.
we need this?
Everything else.
All right, Casidia said, "What do you think about Booker T?" Wait, is that he said it? He wants to
Wait a
play
minute.
show
Did
enough?
Booker T say he wants to play show enough? Absolutely not.
I don't know.
If this was
I
wait.
I can
If
see
this was
it.
Booker T in the '90s, okay.
Booker
T
Booker T now? No.
Booker T's still in shape, dude. I don't know what you.
No,
don't know what
he
you're
is,
talking
but
about.
dude, come on, man. Well, okay. If we're saying, okay, we need someone to play Sho'nuff, even though Julius Carey, rest in peace. You just need someone to play Sho'nuff.
Cruz, get out of here.
Terry Crews can't do it.
No to Terry
No.
Crews.
Look,
And we're saying
you put
Leroy
Booker T in
and
that costume, he gonna look like Leroy from Tekken. Like,
Right.
there's-
And again, I have no
Which is
problem
the
with
idea.
that, though.
Which
I
is
have
the
no
idea.
problem with that because
Yeah.
here's the thing. Booker T would be a good casting only because he's a big,
I don't know if
big
you guys
dude.
can see this. That right there is a comedian by the name of
Deon
Deon Cole. he looked just
Yeah, he
like
does look
my
exactly
man
the same.
from
He does.
Deion Cole show enough. He should be show enough.
But here's the thing: it depends on who they get to play Leroy.
Wait a minute, stop. Brian Cannon. People said Ice Cube for show enough. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Ice Cube didn't melt it.
Again, it depends. It depends on who plays Leroy. Because if Leroy is similar to the way they did it in the original movie, like a fairly small guy. Now, granted, Ty Mark was in shape, but he was still a pretty small guy. Because Julius Carey was quite a bit taller than him.
Yeah.
It would be a good dynamic because, like, you'd have a regular-sized martial arts guy versus a very big, hulking Booker T. Because Booker T is a big dude. Regardless, we've always seen him with other huge guys. We see him next to a regular person. Booker T is a very big dude.
Yeah, he is.
So,
Yeah,
no, he
Deion
is.
Cole is kind of, I won't say
So
short.
Takeem brings
5'10".
up another topic. He says, all right, back to business. Am I the only one that hates them 80s TMNT neutrino speeder bikes and Boba Fett?
No, you're not the only
you are
one.
not
We
the
talked
only
about it
one.
last week, I didn't like them either.
No, you are not the only one.
They are
I
too
would-
clean. Oh,
I
go ahead.
was tolerable about them, but it was kind of like weird seeing them like how ridiculously clean they stayed like
Absolutely.
the whole time.
You
And I
got
was
two
on
sons.
a desert planet.
You got two sons beating down on that
Right.
paint job. I'm
on
sorry.
on a desert planet. I mean, sand flying everywhere,
Yep.
and these things are clean. Come on,
like wax to the brim,
Right.
like just
Shiny.
Right.
like super wax.
Shiny.
Mark Henry is showing up. Heck no.
See,
He's just
someone
throwing shit out
someone
for
dared to
no
say
reason.
Michael Jai White is shown up? No, bro.
Oh,
no, man. No.
Here's why. Here's why it wouldn't work. Because as soon as you get in there, I'll be like, "Where's my Outlaw Johnny Black movie?"
Exactly.
Like you about 10 years behind on that.
Right.
Movie. But no, and Michael Jai White, he'd be interesting, but it'd be like, okay, no. Here's why. I don't want it to happen.
Ooh.
Because whoever you put in there against him, it'd be like, okay, how did they beat him? Because Michael
somebody-
Jai White can whip some butt. So
I just want somebody as tall as Julius Carey was. And so,
how tall was he?
6'5".
Dang, no wonder.
Look, man.
Tall
Booker
brother.
T
Booker
ain't
T could
quite
do it.
6'5".
Booker
Yeah.
got to be at
Close.
least 6'3",
Look, man,
6'5".
they can
Yeah.
do a lot with camera tricks now. But
Oh, no,
beyond
absolutely.
that,
Yeah.
if they ain't got the same swagger as Julius Carey, I don't want it.
Booker T can do it.
And
man,
that's
I'm telling
crazy
you.
because
I
it's
won't.
like Julius Carey
6'3".
seemed he was like real life he was like the nicest guy like ever.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like,
Absolutely.
the fact that he was able to turn that on in the movie, it's like, dude, you would have thought that was the same person. Like,
Look, man.
I need to rip that movie and get some soundbite clips from him because that dude was hilarious.
Like, yeah,
So
because
good.
like, look, man, is the part most of the reason why I loved The Adventures of Bristol County Jr. was him.
Yeah.
Was him. Bruce Campbell was a definite plus, but it was Julius Carey as Lord Bowler.
All right, Wolverine Solid X singing the praises of Peacemaker over
Yeah,
there, man.
that's-
Now,
I was
see,
about to say.
Peacemaker, I still haven't started.
I watched
I haven't
all
started
three
yet.
episodes.
Oh, yeah?
I enjoy the show.
I've heard it's hilarious.
Somebody was it is, but it reminds me. The Peacemaker reminds me like if the Punisher wasn't like all dark and brooding, like because the Punisher just go out and kill whoever,
Right.
But he's not doing it because he's trying to create peace. He has his own agenda,
Right.
But this guy is freaking like off the wall. Doesn't it's like Deadpool,
Okay.
except for he is not as witty. He's just like one of those dudes that just says whatever the hell's on his mind about anything.
Okay.
But it is
Okay.
funny.
Again,
enjoy it.
I need to go home and watch it too.
You- All right. you should watch it.
From what you've seen,
Yeah.
is it John Cena's
Cena.
charisma carrying the show basically? Like for example,
For the most part,
if
but-
it wasn't John Cena as this character, would this still work? I guess is the question. Like if you imagine, yeah, go ahead.
You just gotta watch it. John Cena's kind of carrying, but all the whole cast pretty much are made for the roles that they're in.
Okay.
And his partner, the vigilante dude,
Oh,
he's just like
vigilante.
just one of those dudes that like you be in the neighborhood and like you be in your backyard, he just show up and just start talking, but you don't be an asshole to him, but
Right.
you just like.
Right.
You kind of think like, what the hell are you doing here? But you don't just say that.
Right.
Like, where'd you come from, bro?
Right.
You gotta
Okay.
watch.
All right,
I'll
so
check it out. Plus it's James Gunn's writing. So
Right, yeah, it
that's
is James
good enough
Gunn.
to get me in.
So Cassidius is saying Bolo versus Shonuff, who wins? So which Bolo are we talking about? Chongli Bolo? Are we talking?
Oh, Bolo Young, way too old to do anything now.
No, I know that. I think he's just saying in their prime. Like if it was
Okay.
take Bolo's best character.
Bolo versus who?
Shonuff, he said.
Oh, Bolo.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
No
Bolo.
hesitation.
Yeah, sorry.
No hesitation.
Bolo from
the Chinese Superman.
Bolo from what movie was that? With Van Damme, Double Impact.
Yes.
That dude was scary, man.
Yes, he was.
He's always been scary, but that dude
with
in
the
that
dead
movie-
eye. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, man.
TC 2000 Bolo Young was pretty dope too. So
That's true. That
he
is
was
true.
punching motherfuckers through steel doors.
Yeah,
Right.
Brian Cannon said, "Bloodsport Bolo. I break you.
Yeah.
Like I break your friend." I was like, okay.
Dude, what was that? What was that one Jackie Chan movie where Bolo was that guest star? It wasn't Meals on Wheels. It was somewhere he was an agent. It feels like he was an agent, and he showed up at the office, and then Bolo walked through the door, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, was he like at a dentist's office or something?
No, it
like
was
that?
like
because I remember watching some movie, and
I don't know if it was the dentist's office.
I think
Maybe
they were
it
in
was
some
the
kind of
dentist's
office. I think it was in a dentist's office, and Bolo showed. I'm like, what the heck is he doing
Right.
here?
right.
But I think
And I
it
just saw Bolo was about to wreck shop.
Yeah,
to
but
watch
he wasn't. He was just there.
He was just there. Yeah, he was just there.
Head of Omega said, remake Escape from New York. Who to cast?
The Rock, the Hand of Omega says, absolutely.
I
I don't know, man. I don't know.
No, you're gonna put Kurt Russell
Wait,
back in there.
Mankind is Snake. Come on.
What? That's wild. Come on. Hey, man, how many
I
Bud
want
Lights
Kurt
you
Russell in it, but
How
Kurt
many
Russell
Bud Lights
can't be
in
Snake
is this
again.
man? Saying Mankind is
I want
Snake.
somebody else to be Snake, but Kurt Russell can be in it though. I just
Oh
don't-
yeah.
yeah. I just
Oh,
don't know
absolutely.
who.
He has to be
I
in
was
it.
trying to think. I was trying to think of like who could pull off like the ruggedness of Snake. Because I mean, like
No, Kurt Russell did
Like-
it best. Let's be real.
he definitely did it best. But it's just like now, like I don't know. Like
You know
don't
who they'd
really
get
have too
now?
many people that could-
They'd
that
get
could
Jason
do the
Statham just to piss everybody off. Because he's rugged, but it's just like.
Gonna say that.
But again, that's who they would get though. Yeah, there you go. Kurt Russell should be president of LA.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, no, I like that.
Get his
I like
son in
that.
there.
Clint Eastwood, no, too old.
No.
Too old.
Get his son in Wyatt.
Oh,
And wow, the city is saying that
yeah,
excuse,
yeah,
just
the
throwing
guy that
him out
played
there.
the
Wyatt
U.S.
Russell?
agent.
Yeah, just yeah.
Ice Cube
Like,
is
I
who,
can't-
City? Is you throwing around? You just throwing
just
around
throwing out
random
names now.
now.
Who is the modern day Kurt Russell? That's a good question.
We don't have anybody, dude. Like
no one,
really,
no one can
Wyatt,
beat
really,
that guy.
when it comes to action stars, you got like two, really. Everybody else is all around.
The Rock,
And then you got two.
The Rock,
Rock and Jason Statham.
Jason
Yeah,
Statham.
pretty much.
Everybody else is like, oh, they're being a
Pretty
comedy
much.
or they being a drama or blah
Hey,
blah blah.
hey,
But those two,
They'll put Vin Diesel in as Snake. That's to really mess with everybody. That'll be terrible.
That would be fucking awful.
Escape from Detroit stars.
Oh goodness, get out of here.
Hand of Omega says Chris Pratt, maybe. But see, he doesn't do enough action
He ain't
movies.
rugged like that, man.
And he's not rugged
Chris
enough.
Pratt,
Like,
he'll
now
be
he's got the
cracking
face.
jokes.
He's got the face, but
Yeah.
he doesn't do action movies like that.
He doesn't.
I can
have
see
the,
Chris,
He doesn't
the
have the
Captain
presence
America.
to do something like that.
No,
Like,
no. Like anything you think of Kurt Russell in, whether he be the smarmy, wisecracky, action star.
It's just
Kurt Russell in Tango and Cash. Kurt Russell in Escape from New York. Kurt Russell in Big Trouble in Little China. Kurt Russell in
Hemsworth.
Executive Decision. Or Executive.
No, you're
It
right.
was executive
You're
decision.
It was Executive Decision?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The one where Steven Seagal got killed early. Didn't expect that at all.
At all.
It was like,
At all.
I was like, wait a minute, Steven
Yeah.
Seagal got killed in the first what?
Yeah.
15
No, at all.
minutes?
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver.
absolutely not.
Man, wow.
Absolutely
Okay.
not. Ben Swallow is not allowed.
Kenny from South Park, he's new to the show.
That's fine.
That's
fine.
That's cool.
Again,
I'm not going to doubt your opinion, but no.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not
Adam
going to doubt your
Driver
opinion, but no.
It's
man.
not what
No.
I see
It's
when I
not,
see.
no.
Nah, he's not a typical rugged.
That's all Gollum. That's hilarious.
That was mean.
Chris Hemsworth is the new Apollo London.
Nah, Hemsworth.
Okay.
I don't know, man. Hemsworth is very Thor, so I'm sorry. It's hard to. Again,
It's like-
he's very talented. He can do other stuff, but
It's a
Hannibal?
maybe with
Yeah.
Chris, like Hemsworth. It's a maybe.
Yeah.
But it's just like even when we look at like the biggest stuff that we have, like even comic book wise, it's like no one can do it. Like it's hard to see because it's like even
Yeah.
like the most rugged of person, like even in the stuff that we watch, like it's just you don't see it.
Oh yeah, they're not Kurt Russell.
So, Hand of Omega is saying, anybody see the Moon Knight trailer? Now is the time to really talk about it. The Moon Knight trailer looked wild.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to see that thing. That looked
I've
wild.
heard a lot of people complain about the costume.
Of course they're gonna complain about
Okay,
it.
they're complaining about the costume because it looks like, almost like he's Ragman, or I guess, in a way. In a way.
What do you expect? The dude's costume is an all-white costume.
Yeah, no, it looked good to me. No, it looked good to me.
It looked fun to me. I've heard some. My boss, I'm gonna put his ass out there. I asked him, "Did you see the trailer yet?" And he was like, "Yeah, I hated it." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He said the only thing that was cool about the trailer is the fact that they got his eyes to light up and it looked somewhat normal in that ugly
was
costume.
the only thing cool about
and I
the
was
trailer.
Like,
What?
Wow.
Dude, it upset me. It upset me.
I mean,
go ahead,
there's been a section of people that's been saying the same thing about what is it? The first Batgirl costume, which
they've been clowning that. They've been clowning
it. I feel that's just year one costume because
does.
this is supposed to be like her early days. So like, I just feel like this is just year one costume. That's just
okay.
paying homage to
Now,
the original
here's one thing: people, you know how comic book fans are. They always want stuff to be comic book accurate, and this one is ripped directly from Batgirl from Burnside. The Batgirl of Burnside. That is literally her costume come to life. Some people, in comic book form, it looks fine because, you know, there's not much detail. In real life, it does kind of look cheap. It looks like a cosplayer uniform, but I think that's the idea. That's the entire idea.
I think that's honestly the problem you have with a lot of characters. It's like, let's be real. A lot of superhero costumes are stupid.
Yeah,
they just are. Normally they're spandex.
That extra dimension,
because it's like you got to redraw it 1,000,000 times. Like, so you make it as simple as possible.
Case in point, right?
Yeah.
Stargirl on TV is great because they bring those JSA costumes to life. Them motherfuckers look stupid.
Right.
Like Our Man, look at Our Man. Look at Our Man's outfit. Look at Wildcat's outfit. Shit looks terrible.
Right.
I don't understand why people think that a costume where you're dressed like a bat or anything else.
I mean, to be fair, we did get bat nipples in the mid '90s, which was
they should have pierced them.
It looks terrible.
The thing that people have to understand is like, look, these costumes most of them are not going to translate well to live action. They just aren't, because in most cases, they're all spandex.
Yeah.
They're all smooth lines, no seams. It's like, that's not how stuff really works. Like, the closest you got to comic book accurate was Superman's costume back in the Christopher Reeve days.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
New Spider-Man and the Homecoming.
I mean, no.
Yes.
But
Yes.
even that's probably a mix of CGI and a couple other things. I'm saying as far as an actual
a real
somebody
live
sewed this bug together and threw it on him.
Yeah.
His costume. Superman was probably the
best.
The best of all of
He
them.
was the best of all.
Batman looked really good, but he couldn't move his neck.
He couldn't do anything.
You're right.
Couldn't turn his neck.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
no,
exactly.
I mean,
Before I forget it,
I would argue like the first Avenger, like Cap's first Avenger outfit translated.
And Deadpool,
like that was probably like the best design, honestly.
There was something about that first Avenger outfit that. The first Avenger from Captain America 1.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Avengers movie, because the one in the Avengers movie I had. Okay, all right, yeah.
First
you're
Avenger costume.
Yeah, no, that looked good.
Marcus A64 a little bit earlier said that I guess a lot of people are saying Disney neutered the Moon Knight character.
Now, see, they don't know that. They haven't seen the show yet.
You can't say that.
So
nothing exists yet.
So here's the thing, right? Moon Knight as a character is kind of. It deals with a lot of dark subject matter. He's really, really violent. And they're saying, it's on Disney Plus. It's going to be neutered. You don't know that. You haven't seen it yet. Like, we've seen some pretty violent stuff on Disney Plus.
Did
in
people
certain
not
ones.
die at Falcon and Winter Soldier?
They did. Did they not? They visually died on screen.
Yeah.
And literally in the trailer, you see Moon Knight beating the shit out of somebody. Like... Yeah.
It kind of looked like that one from the new Batman movie when he was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Beat him down.
Yeah.
All right, Kenny from... Wait, no, I'm sorry, not Kenny.
Adam Omega, did a Wookiee just pull a guy's arm off? Yes, he did.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got something for that
The
one.
droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose.
Yeah, there you go.
Wookiees are known to do that.
That motherfucker didn't even lose. He was just sitting there pissed off. They were winning.
Yo.
No, it's because Wookiees hate Transdosians.
Yes.
Because Transdosians are Wookiee slavers.
Yes, they are.
So his entire race is like, nah, dude, don't even be in the same room with me.
I mean, Chrysanthemum was just looking over there, literally just eyeballing them fools as they's at the table. He's just taking his drink
giving him, because he has the most human-looking eyes out of all
real.
the even Chewie. Like, you knew Chewie obviously was a person in a costume.
Right.
But his eyes look almost like blue or something.
Yeah.
This dude got them just dark eyes, and we be looking over like, dude, leave the room.
Right.
This man is not. This Wookiee is not stable, man.
Yeah. Oh, Takeem is saying it right there. Look, Boba Fett exploded a guy in the first episode.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Yeah. People have to understand. Disney, yes, much like Nintendo has got the reputation for being kid friendly and all that. They got their moments when they're like, look, man, we're making money, so we're going to go ahead and let it fly.
Last message before we broke out of here. Cosidia says, I got the Amazing Spider-Man behind the scene prize mail in the mail today. Thank you. No, thank you, my friend.
Man.
Thank you for being a loyal subscriber. And on that note, cameras up, everybody. We're going to get ready to end the show. This was our 300th episode. We couldn't have made it this far without you. Yeah, we're probably too stubborn to give up, given our viewership numbers. But, hey, we love doing this, and we're going to keep doing it. So make sure you come back next week for the Power is Yours episode 301.
There's no giveaway this week. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Honestly, we should have done one. We should have done one for 300, but, hey, it is what it is. But
Maybe trivia next week?
Maybe we'll get everything loaded in for trivia and start and we'll outline the way we're gonna do stuff from now on when we move forward with Culture Junkies Live. So make sure you come back 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central next week Wednesday for Culture Junkies Live. GQ, you got a message for our patrons, right?
Absolutely. If you would like to
ready your breakfast and eat hearty. For tonight, we dine in hell.
Not necessarily dine in hell, but if you want to support Culture Junkies so we can keep eating, because food is expensive, and also so is electricity and studio time and all that other sort of thing. But you can support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/culturejunkies. Obviously, there is a lot of different tiers to choose from, but if you want to get a shout out, like our awesome Culture Junkies level patrons and above, DeMarcus Smith, Fab Nerd Life, the NetNet, the Iguana Man, the other Steve, you can go over to Culture Junkies Patreon page. 5 different tiers to choose from. We appreciate the support however it comes in, whether it be through likes, love, shares, comments, you guys watching the show, giving us feedback. We appreciate y'all 100%. And if you want to, well, you can't dress like me because I'm an individual and I'm very unique. But you can get some merch from Culture Junkies, and let the great Dr. Takuji tell you all about that.
Yeah, so in the chat right there's a link. I just sent it in there. Click the link. I don't need to tell you guys again.
Say it anyway.
Shirt that's cool just like this. Super Squid Bros. You can get there. CultureJunkies.net/merch. Click the link.
Wow,
Okay,
Preem
cool.
said he learned how to send links.
I know, right? Not gonna lie, that was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty funny.
Who did what?
The old episode of you posting the link in the chat
that you threw in the chat,
and it was like a paragraph of text. It was a paragraph of text on the screen.
Yeah.
I was like, man, come on.
Like an old person,
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm gonna post this in the chat. I don't know if it's gonna work. And I was like, man, come on, man. That was really, really funny. So I believe Amarok is going to start his stream and
don't put up naked men on your camera over there, man.
You know what? I forgot all about that.
I just got that out of my mind.
I forgot all about that.
Finish whatever character you creating and
right.
No
peeing on the screen, please. No peeing on the screen, please.
No. That's not gonna happen. In order to do that, I have to
we got a monitor right behind you.
Drop off. So
looks like it might be off. Hopefully.
Yeah,
it's fine. No, it's fine. I gotta go into the Streamlabs thing. So count to 10 and then do the thing. I'll be there.
Right. It'll make a Watchmen flashbacks.
Right.
No, so are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm getting 10, so we're gonna go
because the camera has to
roll and all that, and so he can get himself ready. So
okay.
Give him a little bit of time.
All right. So,
but no, we appreciate all y'all for real.
No, we do.
300 episodes. We're definitely looking forward to 300 more.
We absolutely are.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely are.
Definitely appreciate y'all.
All right. So for my good friends, the Great Adakuji, GQ, Fallen Marvel, and King Amarok, I'm Kishiro. We're gonna see you guys next week. I hope you have a really great show, great one. Peace out.
You just tell them to have a great show.
Yeah, he did.
That's interesting. Also, big thank you to our executive producer.
Thank you, executive producer.
Yes, our executive producer, Mutant Paintball 313, who just had a really big tournament, I think, in Texas. I think
That's
they were.
Cool.
Yeah, so.
Whatever, motherfucker!
Wow. Wow.
What? Cleon Sam has had some words for you. Just saying.
I'm trying to get Amaraka. Hey, man, you better be live like right now. Better be live like right now before it goes.
Put some pants on that character.
Well, I think you're pronouncing it wrong.
I think he was playing Rust that night, and I was just thinking, like, yo,
yeah, it was
what
Rust.
the hell?
I think it was Rust.
I was like, okay, that's